Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Jury.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on his case. Dati mihi Anglican po, he's verbis latin.
That's literally not true.
I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
Is that correct?
Oh, for crumb's sake.
Welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. We are going to be headed back down to Texas here in just a minute as we are continuing the case with Judge Boyd. Just a nice laid-back, simple murder trial. And it's a nice way to end the week. Let's put it that way. It's wonderful. I'm loving it. All right, let's see. Where are we at? There we go. Okay. Shout out Texas. Yes, shout out to Texas for sure. Therapists, thanks for being here. Appreciate it very much. Let's see. Keep flipping the liker. Oh, the liker has to update. Has to reconnect. Right now it's only at 83, so I'm going to update it manually. 83, save. It's at 83, and we're gonna go from there. All right, I've got my lunchtime obsession playing on my video monitor right here. We're just going to pause that right there with the wrench visible. Welcome. I'm sorry I was late. I was Mrs. R.A. came back from the library and had to report on how the morning went. Taking the kids to a little hangout, have some fun with some friends. Let's see. I'm seeing motion in Judge Boyd's court, but I'm not hearing anything. That's not it. That's it. I'm not hearing. It looks like somebody is being explained the ropes of the witness stand, and he doesn't want to be there. I mean, this guy looks petrified of where he's sitting, scared to touch anything. Might be a reluctant witness. I would fast forward, but we're live, so we can't do that. But all right, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back here. Let me see if I can get. Why is it not working? Hang on one second. RA seemed low-key disappointed in the number of likes. Well, it always starts low. I'm fine with that. It goes up. It's up to 107 now. See, we have to try and get my son to. My son's working on the programming, so it will be fully automatic. He doesn't have to do anything on his end to update it. And usually, once it connects, it's automatic for that live stream. But we want it to automatically detect the next live stream and switch to that one. And eventually, we also want it to be able to display the number of subscribers. So you guys could do a command, or mods could do a command on the screen, and it would switch to the number of subscribers. And then you could do a command, and it would switch to the number of likes. So that's our plans for it. We've got to just program everything, get it in place. Let's see. No swords or solo cups on this one. No, we are. There's not much to tell you about this case. This is a case where the defendant is charged with driving with his family to the house of somebody who owed him money, and his uncle or brother or friend. I didn't quite get the relation there. And the two got out and started talking to the guy, got animated, and then they drew their pew-pews and went to town. Pop, 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 pop. And he died. And then they jumped in the van and drove away and stuck the gun in the bowl of beans in the fridge and called it a day. And now we're back ready to go to court. Get your son an e-paper display that connects via Wi-Fi. They're cheap now. E-paper display? What is an e-paper display? E-papier, that's the French word, display. Are you talking like a Nook? Okay, the first one that I pulled up from B&H Photo is about $2,800. What are we talking about here? Oh, it's like a photo. What are these for again? E-paper displays. I'm curious, but just clicking on links all over the place. I don't see how it would work for me. Oh, speaking of working. Ta-da! It's working. E-paper display at Amazon. That's probably in my price range a little better. Oh, there we go. E-ink display. 6 inches. Okay, 6 inches is like, I don't know, I'm not very good with sizes. But e-paper. I guess you can make it say anything you want on that. Why are we doing that? Well, we have a court case to go to. I don't know what's going on here, or there, in Judge Boyd's courtroom. We've got somebody on the stand. This looks like it's a different hearing, possibly, but also the same one because we've got translators. Here we go. Same one. Looks like the judge is back. We're going to find out in just a moment. Let us all in. As soon as we have a jury, judge says, hang on just 1 second. There's somebody she wants to talk to off the record. Just bought the same purse that Judge Boyd has. So excited to get it. Nano of me. Wonderful. The judge will be back in just a minute. But you can get them for DIY. He's got a micro flat HDMI screen, full color. He does that with his Arduinos and his NVIDIA, whatever the machine learning stuff. All right. Either way, we get verdict music today. I hope if we finish today, this pace is slowing down a little bit. The case of the legendary bowl of beans with a pew-pew. Here we go. She figured it out.
All right. So court is calling 2023 CR 4371B, State versus Moreno, Vasquez. Can I have parties re-announced for the record?
David A. Garcia, attorney for Marco Moreno Vasquez, Judge.
All right. Are you all ready to proceed?
We're ready, Judge.
All right. And for the interpreter, you've previously been sworn. You're still under oath. If you could just state your name for the record. Norma Neal. All right. And is your client and everyone able to hear the interpretation?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's bring them in.
Judge, do I need to announce that I'm here for him?
Yes.
And for the record, Monica Deveto, I am present for Mr. Cadiz and number 3.
Whoa, we have somebody here.
Yeah.
Is this the other dude? Is this the other dude that also might have been involved in the shooting? Is this like a jailhouse confession? Yeah, it sounds like he has a lawyer here for him. That's why I ask.
All right, everyone, please be seated. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the interpreter here. She's been here previously. She's under oath. And for the state's next witness.
The state called Agis Hernandez Viva.
All right. And this witness is represented by counsel. And the counsel is?
My name is Monica Deveto.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
See.
Yes. All right, you can lower your hand. If you'll state your name for the record, please.
Adis David Hernández Rivas.
Adis Hernandez Rivas. All right, state you may proceed.
This is Adis.
Adis, how old are you currently?
Mommy Shar Shar.
27.
27.
You won
What
the
is your
internet.
date
I
of birth?
apologize. You're the winner. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Everything I related to your responsibility. First one for you, I think. Okay, so this is private, personal
Do you
information.
recall what year you came to San Antonio, Texas?
Sí,
Yes.
What year was
el 22.
22.
that? And where did you live before you came to San Antonio, Texas?
En Honduras.
In Honduras.
And are you from Honduras?
Sí.
Yes.
And have you taken responsibility for your actions on the day of the Hernandez, aka Ivana's death?
No entendí la pregunta.
I didn't understand the question.
Let me ask it this way. Were you charged with the offense of murder?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And did you enter a plea to the offense of murder?
No.
No.
Okay.
Um,
Let me ask you this way.
yes, you did.
Did you enter a plea agreement with a different prosecutor for your charge of murder?
Sí.
Yes.
And so the agreement that you reached with a different prosecutor, is your understanding under that agreement that you can be sentenced from anywhere from 5 to 99 years in prison? 95 to 35.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm going to withdraw and re-ask the question. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question about your plea agreement. Okay? Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Under the agreement that you reached with a different prosecutor, is it your understanding that the judge can sentence you from anywhere from 5 to 35 years in prison under your agreement?
Sí.
Yes.
Did anyone make you any promises for you to accept that plea deal?
See.
No.
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 And so after you entered into your plea deal, did you come to the state through your attorney and let us know that you wanted to provide testimony?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to talk to you about the month of February of 2023. At that time, did you have a job?
No.
No.
Okay. Where would you hang out in San Antonio, Texas to try to obtain work?
Iba al centro de la ciudad.
I used to go downtown in the city.
Okay. And did you come to know someone by the name of Marco Moreno Vasquez?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you see Marco Moreno Vasquez in court here today?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Can you please just point to him and tell me the color of the shirt that he's wearing?
Gracias.
Azul.
Blue.
How did you meet Marco Moreno Vasquez?
Estaba en busca de trabajo.
I was looking for a job.
Okay. Did he come to where you are looking for workers, or how did that occur?
Sí, pasó por el lugar donde estaba yo.
Yes, he passed by the place where I was at.
Okay. And at that time, what happened? Did you go work for him, or what happened?
Sí, fui a trabajar.
Yes, I went to work.
What type of work would you do for him?
Dando de comida a sus caballos y arrancando los nopales.
Feeding the horses and also pulling out the cactuses.
Would you also stay on his property?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you remember what was the address to that property?
Puti.
Okay. If I show you, I'm going to show you what has been entered into evidence on State's Exhibit 1 this meeting. And you can look to the screen on your right, okay?
Said 115.
Can you see that okay?
Sí.
Yes.
Is that the property that you're talking about in Poti?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Now, can you see the building that I'm pointing to on the property?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you live in this house or on a separate house?
Separada, diferente.
Separate and different.
Now I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 158. Is that the house that you would live at?
Sí.
Yes.
About how long did you stay living and working for Marco Moreno Vasquez?
Un mes quizás.
Maybe a month.
Would that be like 1 month before the murder?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you remember what kind of cars Marco Moreno Vasquez had?
Nomás recuerdo uno.
I just remember one.
Which one is that?
Una Suburban.
Suburban.
Okay. I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 197. And does that appear to be the Suburban that you're speaking about?
No puedo verla bien.
I cannot see it well. If he wants to, this is a better view.
I'm going to hand you these is one State's Exhibits 190 through 200. Can you look at those for me?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the Suburban you're talking about.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, and that vehicle, do you know who would drive that vehicle?
Sí.
Who would drive the vehicle?
Yes.
Su esposa.
His wife.
Okay. Okay, so now I want to talk to you about February 16th, 2023, the day of the murders. Do you remember how you started that day off? How?
Estaba trabajando y de repente me dijo que fuéramos a un lugar y fuimos.
I was working and all of a sudden he told me that we were going to go someplace and we went.
Okay, when you say he, do you mean Marco Moreno Vasquez?
Sí.
Yes.
Did he tell you where you all were going together?
No.
No. And when you all left the property in Boutique, which vehicle did you get into?
Suburban.
And yeah, on the Suburban. Okay. Who got into the vehicle?
Los tres.
Three. The three. Okay. Who are the three? What are the names?
Yo, Marcos y su esposa.
Who else? Myself, Marco, and his wife. And who else was in the vehicle?
Tus hijos.
His children. When you guys started driving, where did you end up, if you know?
Nomás fuimos al lugar ese donde falleció la persona.
We just went to that place where that person died. Okay. When you got to the place where the person died, let me back up. Do you remember how you all were sitting in the car? Who was driving the car?
Su esposa manejaba. Él estaba delante de copiloto.
His wife was driving. He was on the front. He was a co-pilot. Okay. What is his wife's name? Do you know?
Ramona.
Ramona. Okay. And where were you sitting in the vehicle?
Estaba atrás.
I was in the back. Were you sitting behind Ramona or behind Marco Moreno Vasquez?
No sé, no recuerdo bien.
I don't know. I don't remember very well. Okay. So you guys got to the place where the man died. Did you have a gun with you?
Sí.
Yes. How did you get that gun?
Marcos me la dio.
Marco gave it to me. And when Marco gave you the gun, where did you put it?
La puse en la bolsa de mi chamarra.
I put it in my jacket pocket. Did Marco have a gun?
Sí.
Yes. When you guys were on the way to the location, did Marco tell you, you hear Marco talk about where y'all were going or why?
No.
No. Okay. And so when you got to the location where the man died, why did you get off the car?
Porque él me dijo que me bajara.
Because he told me to get out. Okay. When you got off of the vehicle, where did you go at the location? I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? When you got out of the vehicle, where did you go at the location where the man died?
Me paré al frente de la casa.
I stood in front of the house. And where was Marco?
Estaba también en la casa, en la puerta.
He was also at the house, at the door.
That's this house.
And what did Marco do when y'all were at the door area?
Nomás estaba discutiendo con la persona.
He was just arguing with the person. Okay, let's back up a little bit. How did the person know to come to the door?
It was his door.
Oh, tocó su puerta, Marcos.
Oh, Marco knocked on the door. Okay. And who's the person that came to the door? Is it the same person that died?
Sí.
Yes. And when you
What are we doing? Same person that died. Just waiting for evidence.
Okay, I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 17. Are you able to see that up there?
Sí lo veo.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, is this the door that you're talking about?
Sí,
Yes.
Okay, and so you and Marco are standing outside of this door, is that correct?
sí,
Yes.
Okay, and then you stated that Marco knocked on the door, is that correct?
sí,
Yes.
Okay, and then the man that died came to the door, is that correct?
sí.
Yes.
So when the man that died came to the door, then what happened?
Estaba discutiendo con Marco
He was arguing with Marco.
What were they arguing about?
acerca de un dinero.
About some money.
What did you hear Marco tell the man that died?
No más que le pagara el dinero.
Just to pay him back the money.
Do you know who did the man that died, did he owe Marco money?
Sí,
Yes.
Do you know why he owed Marco money?
no,
No.
Can you describe how Marco's voice was when he's arguing with the man that died?
pero no entiendo.
Excuse me, I don't understand.
Can you describe Marco's demeanor during the argument? Was he angry? Was he being loud? How was he?
No estaba en voz baja.
No, he was, he had like, his voice was low.
His voice was what?
Era baja.
Low.
Okay, I'm gonna show you State Exhibit 76. Just give me a minute. Okay. Are these on the screen? Who is? Okay, who is this right here?
Marcos.
Marcos.
And who is that right there?
Soy yo.
Okay, myself.
And the person that's hand right here, who is that?
Could you describe where you're pointing? We can't see your finger.
No, I'll do it. Okay, Adi, can you look up here, please? Who is that person right there?
Marcos.
Marco.
And who is the person
Soy
right here?
yo.
That's me.
And this hand right here, who does that belong to?
Ese fue el que falleció.
That was the one who died.
Okay, and so at this moment, I'm gonna resume the State's Exhibit, but is this where you were describing that there was a verbal altercation occurring?
Okay, sí.
Okay, yes.
On the video right here, what is Marco saying? Do you remember?
Nomás que le pagara su dinero.
Just that to pay him back the money. His money, correction.
We're watching. He's watching. I'm trying to keep I got my phone back just barely from my wife when she got back from the library. I'm trying to catch up on everything that that came in this morning. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Hang on just one sec.
Okay, so during this verbal argument that was occurring between Marco and the man that died, at this point, when they moved out of the camera view, what happened?
Estaban peleando,
They were fighting.
Fighting how?
peleando con los puños,
A fist fight.
Okay.
pero él sacó como un alfilero.
The interpreter needs to clarify a word with the witness, Your Honor.
Yes.
Como un alfil, como un puñal, podría decir.
He pulled out like a knife.
Okay. Let's back up a little bit. When you say that they were fighting, who started the physical altercation? Who hit who first?
El que falleció.
The one who died.
Okay. And when you say that he pulled out like a knife, who are you talking about?
Sacó un cuchillo para atacar a Marcos.
He pulled out a knife to attack Marco.
Okay. And
Just the one who died is sort of a distancing technique, I think.
now
Not putting a name on him.
you have previously met with me, right?
Sí,
Yes.
Okay. And you remember you came to my office and we talked about what happened, correct?
sí,
Yes.
Okay. And when we talked about what happened, you previously stated that the victim did not have a knife, that it was a
I'm going to object, Judge. Prosecutor's making herself a witness. It's improper questioning.
Sustained.
That'll be overruled. You can
No.
ask the question.
Wow.
When you talked to me in my office, you said that the victim did not have a knife, that it was some type of tool that you were unable to see. Do you recall saying that?
sí. Dije que un alfilero, porque era una herramienta, un desarmador.
I said it was a knife, but it was a tool, like
Un desarmador. No,
like a screwdriver.
Okay. And when Marco went into the fence area and was fighting with the victim,
I'm going to object to the leading.
That'll be sustained.
when Marco went into the fence area, were they fighting?
sí,
Yes.
Did Marco have a gun?
sí,
Yes.
Okay. And then you're saying that the victim pulled out some type of screwdriver or tool?
sí.
Yes.
What did Marco do, or what did Marco do when he saw the
Objection leading.
Overruled.
Perdón.
I'm sorry.
What did Marco do when he saw the victim had that tool screwdriver per se?
Sacó su pistola, lo disparó.
He pulled out his gun and he shot him.
And what happened to the victim's body?
No sé porque ellos estaban adentro y yo estaba afuera.
I don't know because they were inside and I was outside.
Okay. So if you were outside, how did you know that Marco shot the victim?
Porque escuché los disparos.
Because I heard the shots.
Okay. But you're saying you didn't see the victim's body.
No, en ese momento no.
No, not at the moment, no.
Did you go back to the gate at any time?
Sí estaba, pero por la afuera.
Yes, I was there, but on the outside.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to show the video again.
So the daughter says that the witness right now is the shooter.
So what are you doing on the video right now?
And the witness says that the defendant was the shooter.
So what happened in the video?
Yo disparé.
I shot.
Where did you shoot?
Pero disparé al aire libre.
I shot in the air.
Why did you shoot?
Porque Marco me dijo que disparara.
Because Marco told me to shoot.
So explain to the jury how we get from Marco fighting with the victim to shooting and then telling you to shoot. Walk the jury through that.
This is not a cooperative witness. This is crazy.
No entendí la pregunta.
I didn't understand the question.
Okay. After you heard the 2 gunshots, is that what you said?
And object to the leading.
Overruled.
This is
When
state's
did
witness.
Marco come back to you?
Después que él disparó, me apuntó con su arma y me dijo que disparara.
After he made the shot, he pointed his gun at me and told me to shoot.
Okay. And what did you do when he pointed his gun at you and told you to shoot?
Le pregunté que a dónde y me dijo que nomás disparara a lo que sea y saqué la arma y disparé.
I asked him, where do you want me to shoot? And he told me, whatever, and then I just pulled it out and I shot.
Okay. Did you see the victim at this time?
No.
No.
Okay. How many times did you shoot?
No recuerdo bien, no sé si 3 o 2.
3.
I don't remember
4.
very well. I don't know if it was 3 or 2.
3 or 2.
When you were done shooting, where did you go?
Al carro.
To the car.
And where did Marco go?
Al carro también.
To the car as well.
And what happened when you guys got back into the car?
No, nos fuimos
We left
Where did you go to?
a su casa.
to his house.
What happened when you got back to his house?
Beans happened.
Nada.
Nothing.
Did you stay the night at his house?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you stay inside of the main structure or did you stay in your camper?
En el camper.
In the camper.
When you guys went back to the house or the property in Cotique, did you ever go inside Marco's house that night?
No.
No.
Okay. The next day, did you guys stay in San Antonio or go somewhere else?
Fuimos para Dallas.
We went to Dallas.
Okay. Why did you go to Dallas?
Tenía miedo.
He was afraid.
And when you say we went, who all went in that?
Yo, Marcos y su familia.
Me, Marcos, and his family.
When you say his family, is that including his wife and his kid?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember how long y'all stayed there?
2 días.
2 days.
Did you go back to the boutique location after that?
Sí.
Yes.
I guess I kind of want to back up to the shooting. Sorry. So you're telling this jury that you thought that the victim had some type of tool or something. Is that correct?
Sí.
Okay.
Yes.
But when I talked to you, you said that you couldn't really see what the victim had in his hand, correct?
No distinguí bien lo que era, pero sí sé que era una herramienta.
I couldn't identify what exactly it was, but I knew it was a tool.
Okay. And so you're saying that you could see inside the gate while they were fighting, but then once the shooting happened, you couldn't see inside the gate?
No.
No.
Porque se metieron más adentro, más a fondo.
Because they went more inside, like deeper.
Okay. So when Marco told you to shoot, why did you shoot?
Nomás tuve miedo y disparé.
I was just afraid and I shot.
Well, you were afraid, but why else did you feel like you had to listen to him?
No sé.
I don't know.
Do you know what happened with the guns that were used?
Beans happened.
No, las agarró Marco.
No, Marco got them.
So are you saying that you gave the gun that you used back to Marco?
Sí.
Yes.
When did you give it back to him?
En el camino, cuando íbamos rumbo a Putí, en una gasolinera se la di.
On the way back, when we went back to Petit, I gave it to him at the gas station.
Do you know what he did with them? Or did you see him do anything with them?
No.
No.
This is not our beans culprit.
Did he tell you anything after the shooting occurred?
Nomás que no fuera a contar nada a nadie.
Just not to say anything to anyone.
Okay.
How's that going?
After you all went to Dallas, I would say, when you came back to San Antonio, did you get pulled over by the police?
Sí.
Yes.
And did you go into the substation and give a statement to police when you were arrested?
Sí.
Yes.
And during that time, did you tell them the truth about Ramona and the kid being in the car?
No.
No.
Why not?
Pensé que la iban a encerrar a ella.
I thought they were going to lock her up.
And during the time that you gave the interview to the police, did you tell them back then that both you and Marco shot?
Sí.
Yes.
Now, I kind of want to talk to you about Marco's appearance back in 2023. Do you remember what he looked like back in 2023?
Pues igual.
Well, the same.
Okay.
Same.
Would you describe him as a bigger guy or a smaller guy?
Creo que sí estaba más grande.
Yeah, I think he was bigger.
Okay. And was he bigger than the man that got killed?
Yes.
Probable, sí.
Probably, yes.
Now, I kind of want to talk to you more about the fight that you're describing happened between Marco and the victim. So you said that Marco pulled the gun out. Did you see him pull the gun out, or you did not see him pull the gun out?
Sí, sí,
Yes.
You saw him pull a gun out.
sí.
Yes.
Cuando la sacó se fue para adentro.
When he pulled it out, he went inside.
Okay. Do you know if the victim saw the gun at all?
Sí, por él corrió para adentro cuando miró el arma.
Yes, he ran inside when he saw the gun.
Okay, when he was running inside, was his back facing to Marco or somewhere else?
Estaba de espalda.
It was his back.
His back was to who?
Hacia Marco.
It was towards Marcus.
Okay. Now,
Your Honor, the interpreter would like to make a correction.
Yes.
It was, his back was facing Marco, not towards Marco.
Okay.
if I could just have a minute.
Yes.
Okay. Can you see State Exhibit 21 up there?
Sí.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to clarify. At the time that the verbal altercation was occurring, we can see that part on the video. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so the verbal altercation was happening on the outside of this fence area. Is that correct?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. So then when you say that there was a physical altercation occurring between the victim and Marco, where was that occurring in this picture?
En la entrada.
At the entrance.
Like here?
No, para el otro lado.
No, to the other side.
Okay. So I'm showing you State Exhibit 25. Can you point out where the verbal altercation, can you see where the verbal altercation was occurring in State Exhibit 25?
No.
No.
So can you see where the verbal altercation was occurring in State Exhibit 21?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I said verbal. I meant physical. Can you see where the physical altercation was occurring in State Exhibit 21?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, so where were Marco and the victim when they started physically fighting with each other?
Estaba en la entrada, pero corrieron hacia adentro.
They were at the entrance, but then they ran towards inside.
So when you're saying, can you see where they were
And if you need to
physically
approach, you can.
fighting in State's Exhibit 21?
Yes.
Estaban como por este lugar.
Okay. Can you, okay, can you point to it so the jury can see what you're talking about? Okay. And so that's where they physically started fighting with each other, is that correct?
Sí.
So
Yes.
then when you say that they entered more into the location, can you see that in State's Exhibit 21?
Creo que quizás él entró hasta por este lugar.
I think he just went in like in this area.
Okay. Can you point to it? And in State's Exhibit 25, does that show more where they were when the firearm was pulled out?
No me recuerdo haber visto.
I don't remember having seen this.
Okay, so you don't remember seeing anything that's in State's Exhibit 25, is that correct?
No.
No.
So what you remember seeing is shown in State's Exhibit 21.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, and so it's your testimony that they started physically fighting right here,
Sí.
Yes.
and then the gun was pulled out somewhere over here.
Sí, en ese momento donde comenzó a pelear por aquí, él sacó su pistola y dio unos pasos más para adelante. Y después
Yes, at that moment when they started to fight, they were right here, and then they just took a few more steps.
él se metió, comenzaron a pelear aquí y
They started to fight here.
sacó su pistola y disparó,
They
pues se metió más para adentro, quizás por aquí.
pulled out the gun, and he shot, and then he went more inside, like around here.
Okay, and then how many gunshots did you hear at that point?
Como 5, quizás 5.
About 5, maybe 5.
Okay, earlier didn't you say 2?
You're impeaching your own witness, State.
Dije 2, pero lo que yo disparé, que quizás fue 2 o 3.
I said 2, the one that I shot. I said 2 or 3.
And so then after you hear the shots from inside the location, then what did Marco do?
Me apuntó con su arma y me dijo que disparara.
He pointed his gun at me and told me to shoot.
Did Marco ever say anything else about the money that he was owed from the victim?
No.
No.
Have you ever been to the location where the shooting occurred before the day of the shooting?
No.
No.
Did you know the victim who was killed that day?
No.
No.
Do you know how Marco knew the victim that was killed that day?
No.
No.
Did you hear Marco call the victim by name or anything like that?
No.
No.
He doesn't have any motive to shoot the guy. Marco did, but this guy didn't know him, hadn't been there before. He was hired on as a hand to help around the ranch or whatever. And Within a month, he's been asked to be a gunman at a drive-by or a shakedown.
Defense?
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
So Adis,
Just one moment.
You ready?
you understand you're sworn to tell the truth here. You understand that?
Yes.
And that if you lie, the DA can charge you with perjury, which would be a felony crime.
Yes.
And you got arrested out in Poteet, right? Or in Atascosa.
Putin.
Poteet.
Okay, in Poteet. But not here in Bexar County, correct?
No.
No.
And they took you into a room and the detectives questioned you, right?
Sí.
Yes.
And they swore you to, they read you your Miranda rights, right?
Sí.
Yes.
And you agreed that you wanted to talk to them.
Sí.
Yes.
Did you know that was being videotaped?
Sí.
Yes.
And you lied to those detectives, didn't you?
No.
No.
Isn't the story you told the detectives different than the story you told this prosecutor?
Lo único diferente que dije fue que dije que su esposa que no habían dado en ese lugar, que solo éramos los dos.
The only difference about what I said, it was that his wife wasn't with us.
Okay.
That it was just the two of us.
So you're telling this jury that you told the detectives the truth, correct? When you were interviewed.
Sí.
Yes.
But you've admitted at least that one of the differences that you're telling today versus you're telling back then was that you left out Marco's wife, right? Ramona?
Sí.
Yes.
So when I ask you, did you lie to the detectives when you were initially interviewed, you told this jury no, right?
I didn't understand.
Okay, let's ask it again. By not telling the detectives about Ramona, when the detectives asked you initially, you're telling this jury you still told the detectives the truth? Is that what you're telling this jury?
Nomás en eso creo que le mentí.
I just lied on that.
Okay. So are you willing to admit to this jury now that when the detectives interviewed you in Poteet, that you lied to them? Yes or no?
Sí.
Yes.
In fact, you lied today to this jury, didn't you? Yes or no, Adis?
Sí.
Yes.
You lied to them today, right? You did, didn't you?
I don't know if he lied if the language barrier.
Nomás en eso.
Language.
Just on that.
Okay. Now, Adis, I know you're scared, right? Because your freedom lies in the balance, correct?
No.
No.
You're not scared about this whole process at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
What did he lie about?
When you arrived at the scene in that Suburban that the DA asked you about, you remember that, right?
Perdón.
When you arrived at Danielle's house,
Could you repeat the name, Council, please?
when you arrived at Danielle's house, this is the person you killed. You were in a Suburban with Marco and his family, correct?
Sí, estaba en una Suburban.
Yes, I was in a Suburban.
Okay. Where did the Suburban park in front of Danielle's house? Tell the jury.
Enfrente, sí.
In front of it.
Okay. So the DA showed you a couple of pictures, and the picture that shows you the gateway entrance states exhibit number 21 that she kept showing to you up there. That's the entrance to the location where Danielle lived, right?
Sí.
Yes.
So did the Suburban park right in front of it? Or did it park further back on each side?
Un poco más atrás.
A little bit farther back.
And when you say a little bit further back, you mean a little bit further back from the gate, right? Because there were trucks parked in front of it?
Sí.
Yes.
But the people that were sitting in the Suburban when you and Marco got out and walked to the front of that gate, they could see the gate, couldn't they?
Quizás.
Perhaps.
Okay. And there was enough lighting at that gate to see what was going on, wasn't there?
Sí.
Yes.
In fact, on the way to Danielle's house, didn't you guys stop at a Dairy Queen?
No.
No.
Okay. So your testimony is you drove straight from Marco's house in the Suburban straight over to Danielle's.
Sí.
Yes.
You, didn't have
You
a
don't recall
celebratory
stopping at a
blizzard?
Dairy Queen.
Celebratory blizzards?
No.
You got to try the Oreo. Mint chocolate chip Oreo. Oh, good stuff. Kathy Russin reporting the trial for Kiana
You
Davis.
also lied
Ended
when
in
you
mistrial.
testified today about Marco shooting Danielle because the detective asked you, didn't he? Why did you shoot? And you said because you saw the victim pull out a knife and was waving it around. Do you recall telling the detective that? It's all on video.
No.
No.
Okay. So are you saying that's not true? That you didn't say that on video?
Yo dije que había disparado, pero no a una persona, sino que al aire libre.
I said I had shot, but not at the individual, but up to the air.
Right, but you told the detective you shot blindly in the air when the victim pulled out a knife, right?
No.
No.
Okay. And didn't you tell the detectives on that video that Marco was hitting the victim with the gun?
Sí.
Yes.
And you say all of this fighting happened right at the entrance of the gate.
Sí.
Yes.
And then you fire your weapon, Marco fires his weapon, and then you guys run back to the car.
Sí.
Yes.
And you say that you had the gun on you when you got into the car and left Marco's house to go to Danielle's, correct?
I'm sorry, Counsel, could you repeat that question?
Sure. When you left Marco's house, you said you had the gun on you that you used at Danielle's. Is that correct?
No,
No.
Where did you get the gun from?
me la dio, pero cuando llegamos al lugar,
He gave it to me, but when we got to the place.
Did he give it to you in the car or did he give it to you outside of the car?
en el carro,
In the car.
Okay. Where did he get it from? In the car. Where did he have it?
él la tenía en su gaveta del carro.
It was, the interpreter needs to clarify a word with the witness, Your Honor.
Yes.
Como tiene una cajita y la tenía ahí.
He had it in the drawer, and he describes the drawer like a little box.
You talking about the center console? Or are you talking about the glove box? Or are you talking that he was carrying a separate box?
Caja de los guantes.
It was a glove box.
The one that was
The
in front of
witness's
him?
attorney is going to sleep.
Or the one next to him between the driver and the passenger?
A frente de él.
In front of him.
Okay. So he reached in, grabbed the gun, and then handed the gun to you in the car.
Sí.
Yes.
In front of the kids.
Sí.
In front of Ramona.
Sí.
Yes.
And then you get out of the car, and that's when you go and you kill Danielle, right?
No.
No.
That's when you go and confront Danielle?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, you guys went and you both confronted Danielle according to your testimony. Isn't that right?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And then your testimony is that you guys, after killing Danielle, you drive over to a gas station?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you know where that gas station was?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, you're familiar with San Antonio, aren't you?
No conozco, apenas llevaba quizás un mes.
No, I didn't know San Antonio. I had just been here for maybe a month.
Right. Didn't you put down that your permanent address was on Ruiz Street? Isn't that where you said you were living?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you had been to that address at Ruiz Street, right?
No.
No.
Okay, so you put it down as your address, even though you didn't really live there. Is that right?
Sí.
Even though you had never been there. Is that right?
Sí.
Yes.
So you lied about that also. Yes or no?
Sí.
Yes.
You told this jury that when you stopped at this gas, oh, let's get back to that gas station. Was that gas station in San Antonio or was it in Poteet?
Rumbo a Puti.
On the way to Petite.
Right. On the way in San Antonio, out of San Antonio, into Poteet, or out of San Antonio in Poteet onto Marco's house?
Creo que en San Antonio.
I think it was San Antonio.
Was it off the highway?
Sí.
Yes.
Which highway? Was it Loop 410?
No sé.
I don't know.
Was it I-35?
No recuerdo.
I don't remember.
Okay. You don't remember this event very well?
Sí.
Yes.
Yes, you don't remember it, or you do remember it well?
These are hard questions
Sí
to
recuerdo, solo que no conozco mucho el lugar.
I do remember them, but the thing is, I don't know the place very well.
Well, you had just killed somebody, right?
No.
No.
Somebody had died, correct?
Sí.
Yes.
Does that happen often in your life?
No.
No?
So I would think that everything about that night would be seared into your memory. You saw somebody shot, didn't you?
Sí.
Yes.
And everything that happened before and after you just don't remember?
Sí lo recuerdo.
I do remember.
But you can't remember this gas station?
No.
No.
And then you say you handed the gun to Marco at the gas station? Or did he demand it from you?
Él me la pidió.
He asked for it.
Okay. And you told the detectives that he got rid of the weapons, didn't you?
Sí.
Yes.
But you told this jury that you don't know what he did with the weapons. Isn't that what you told us today?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, so you lied about that also.
No.
No.
Let me ask you, Marco, do you know the difference between a truth and a lie? Adis, sorry.
He calls,
Yes.
calls him Marco.
I'm not sure.
When you're doing your mic drop moment, don't call the witness
Sustained.
the defendant's name. I get the feel that there is a serious
What color was the weapon you were holding, Adis,
language barrier.
when you were at Danielle's house?
Era como plateada, como la plata, como el color de la plata.
It was like, how would you call it? It was like silver, like the color of silver.
All of it was silver, or was it two-tone?
No, todo era plateado.
No, the whole thing was silver.
So he says he was holding the revolver.
And Marco's gun was black?
No.
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 It was silver also?
No.
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 Marco's gun was green and tan or something, right? The Glock. While the attorney takes a brief nap or thinks of his next question, those of you under the haze of the smog, smoky cloud, this is what it's going to be like during the zombie apocalypse after the volcanoes erupt too. So you're just getting a little heads up.
You pled guilty to killing Danielle, didn't you?
No.
No.
You pled not guilty to killing Danielle?
Trick questions.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. So did you go to trial?
No.
No.
Okay. In fact, you took a plea deal with a cap of 35 years, right? Isn't that what the prosecutor asked you?
Sí, sí.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, so when I asked you if you pled guilty, you said no, you actually mean you did plead guilty, correct?
No.
No.
Okay, explain yourself, please.
Nomás no me opongo.
I just did no contest.
That's what I did. I pled no contest. I don't know how you can do that with a plea deal.
And you understand that that plea bargain means that you're going to come before this judge at some point and you're going to argue for whatever your attorney's going to argue. You have a very good attorney, but whatever you're going to argue, it's going to be between 5 to 35 years, correct? In prison.
Yes.
And in your plea paperwork, there was nothing about a condition that you have to testify in this case against Marco. Is that right?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Let's ask you again. Your plea bargain with the DA, there was no requirement that you had to testify against Marco in this case. Is that right?
Wondering how old.
I don't understand the
Right.
question.
I guess I'll try to ask it a little slower.
It's a
You
language
took this
barrier.
plea, and when you took the plea, there was no requirement that you had to testify against Marco for your sentencing, right?
Yes.
You asked to come and testify against Marco, didn't you?
Yes.
In fact, that's what the prosecutor asked you. And the reason you're doing that is because if you testify against Marco, you're hoping that your attorney can use it to tell the judge that you helped in this case in the death of Duniel, correct?
No.
No.
Then why are you testifying?
Nomás quería decir la verdad.
I just wanted to tell the truth.
So now you want to tell the truth after you've lied at least 5 times, and I would say it's even more. Is that right?
Sí.
But you
Yes.
understand that if you testify here and Marco gets tagged with this, you're going to argue at punishment that you tried to help and do the right thing. Isn't that right?
Lack of personal knowledge. Objection.
All right, the objection will be sustained.
Let's get back to your lies, Adis.
You almost called him Marco again.
Isn't it true? Well, let's talk about what do you do for a living? Is the only job you have working for Marco at the time you were arrested?
That's a complex question. Just ask the last part.
Yes.
How much money were you earning?
Nada.
Nothing.
Because you got free rent?
Sí.
Yes.
And you also got to go into his house and eat out of his fridge, correct?
Sí.
Yes.
All the
In fact, you spent a lot of time in his house, didn't you?
all the pinto beans you can fit.
Sí.
Yes.
They took you in like family, didn't they?
Sí.
Yes.
And counsel, just one moment. Does anyone need a break? I hear movement in the chairs.
What sort of movements?
I'm sorry. No one? Okay. All right, defense, you may
So
continue.
you would come and go into that house like you lived there. Am I right?
No.
No.
But you spent time in there just about every day, didn't you?
Sí, pero pasaba afuera.
Yes, but I would be outside.
Right. But every now and then, every day, you would go through the house.
Sí.
Yes.
I mean, they had cold stuff in the fridge, right? And it's hot here in Texas.
Sí.
Yes.
Hot out on that ranch or farm, whatever you want to call it.
Sí.
Yes.
And you had to feed the horses, didn't you?
Sí.
Yes.
And pulling all the cactus.
Sí. Sí.
Yes.
Isn't it true that you threatened Marco and forced him to take his family down to Danielle's house?
No.
No.
Isn't it true that you're the one that shot and killed Danielle, and then you told Marco to fire into the air?
No.
No.
Isn't it true that the reason that Marco had his family in the car was because you had threatened Marco that if he didn't bring them and do what you needed at Danielle's house, you were going to kill him and his entire family?
No.
This
No.
does seem absurd.
Isn't it true that Marco and his entire family were afraid of you?
No.
No.
El DA tiene la carta que me hizo un celi que tenía él diciendo todo.
Anything else? Además.
Diga, la primera corte que tuvimos el día 4 de julio, él me dijo que él me amenazó de abajo diciéndome eso.
Forget about that. ¿Tienes otras preguntas?
Forget
No,
about
esto no.
Okay.
He leaned into his lapel mic to have the conversation with his lawyer. Oops. Christina, welcome to the jury. Thank you very much.
When you were at that scene in front of that gate at Danielle's house, did you pick up any of the spent shell casings?
No.
No.
Did you see Marco pick up any of the spent shell casings?
Sí.
Yes.
How many?
No sé.
I don't know.
How would you not know? You were there.
What did that say in Spanish?
No, él los agarró en su mano, pero no sé cuántos tenía.
He picked them up with his hand, but I didn't know how many he had.
Well, how many shots were fired that night?
Pues quizás 5.
Maybe 5.
Okay. And you say you fired twice, right?
Sí, 2 o 3.
Yes, 2 or 3.
So now it's 2 or 3 shots by you. And you say you saw Marco, was he picking up your spent shell casings?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
So you're saying he went and he picked up his spent shell casings?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, but you didn't see where?
¿Perdón?
I'm sorry?
You didn't see where he picked them up?
¿Del suelo?
From the ground.
Okay. So you watched him pick these up?
Sí.
And how many did he pick up? How many times did he bend over to pick up?
No sé.
I don't know.
Okay.
No recuerdo.
I don't remember.
Well, this incident happened pretty quickly, right?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Because you told the detectives as soon as the shots were fired, you both ran to the car. Right?
Yes.
You never once told the detectives that Marco stopped to pick up the spent shell casings, did you?
No.
No.
Okay. So you're either lying today or you lied to the detectives upon that interview. Am I right?
No. No me preguntaron ellos.
They didn't ask me.
They asked you to tell them everything that happened, didn't they? And to leave nothing out. Isn't that right?
No.
No.
So they just went along with whatever you said. Is that what you're telling this jury?
Me hicieron preguntas y yo contesté sus preguntas.
They asked me questions and I answered to their questions.
I think the lies the defense is trying to point out are more of a language
And
barrier
you're telling
to
this jury that
misunderstanding.
you had no idea about Danielle at all until Marco told you that let's go to his house. Is that right?
Sí.
Yes.
And you told us when the prosecutor asked you that you didn't know much about Danielle or anything about the money owed. Isn't that right?
Sí.
Yes.
How would he know about the loaned money or the owed money if he's only been here a month, doesn't know the area, is working for free just for
Who was Tony that lived at Ruiz Street that you told the detectives you worked for?
Era un amigo.
Friend. He was a friend.
And so you didn't really work for Tony, did you?
No.
No.
But that's what you told the detectives, right?
No.
No.
Yes, the witness's attorney is sitting sort of behind him to his left. She's not doing much, but she's there. She knows Spanish.
When the detectives brought you in to question you and they asked you if you knew why you were there, you said no, correct?
No.
No.
You didn't tell them you didn't know why you were there?
No.
No.
Okay. So you knew you were there because of the murder, correct?
Sí.
Yes.
And then that's when you proceeded to lie to them.
No.
No.
Nothing further, Judge.
State.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief recess. And I'll have you all back here in 15 minutes. Please remember my previous instructions. Everyone, please rise for the jurors.
Did anyone translate what we heard the defendant say there right into the lapel mic? Trying to figure out what it was. We can't fast forward because we're live. I'm pretty sure. Oh, we're not live. Look, we've got a little bit of a break. We can let's listen to the judge.
Now with the next witness.
Yes.
For the 30.
All right, so let's have that hearing. Oh, are y'all taking him back for? Okay, because we're going to do this hearing. I hear you. All righty.
So we're just going to do the hearing and then
I hear you, Deputy.
put my guy's statement on? Or?
Okay, so we're going to fast forward to real time. Not sure if this guy's out on bond or I think he's in custody. Pretty sure. All right. Cachette, how are you doing? We need to stretch. We could do, I think we need an upbeat song is what we need. I think, dare I say it, do we need Big Dill? I think we need Big Dill. It'll help us wake up if nothing else. Write a song about the beans. I am super nervous about making more songs because YouTube has like clarified their rules about use of any AI in a YouTube video. So Big Deal. You guys don't know what? Kesha, you know what Big Deal is, right? First 20 plays. Which one? I don't know which version it is. Hold, please. Let's see if this is the version. If you turn the volume up, hang on. No, that's not it. Let's see. Not that one. Not that one. Okay, I need to find it somewhere else. Hang on. I think it's this one. Songs. Big deal.
I'ma sit up in the morning wearing headphones. I'ma wake up in the morning wearing headphones. I'm running court in
This is like
your brain like it's an ends.
It's a good version, but no, that's not the right version. Where's my favorite? I think it's this one. But it's not playing.
Wake up in the morning wearing headphones. I'm running court into your brain like it's an end zone. My money's green like the pickles and you want some. Don't interrupt cause I don't want your lame objection. From land t-shirts to murder, I think I've seen it all. From picking juries to when the gavel falls. The judge takes the bench and the bailiff yells all rise and pay respect to the one and only go to true crime. Imitators they try but they just can't achieve. And when they fail they be like, ow, I stepped on a beat. Take the stand and the jury chooses not to believe. Because there will never be another creator like me. Big deal in one corner and the count in another. We've got the judge reading chat while we talk to the lawyers. All our clips go viral, they're good not to share. Came in late, check the thumbnails, you'll find it all there. They say I'm addicted to rhyme, but it's more than just time. And the mic is hot, the gavel drops, and I'll be talking about crime. And don't you worry about the sound, cause I'm keeping it real. Just like a pickle jar, but I'm one big deal. They say I'm addicted to rhyme, but it's more than just time. And the mic is hot, the gavel drops, and I'll be talking about crime. And don't you worry about the sound, cause I'm keeping it real. Just like a pickle jar, but I'm one big deal.
There we go. That'll wake us up. There we go. A little bit of big deal to get us going while we have the little break from court. You have to make a music video now. Growing up, I thought I always wanted to make a music video, but in my mind, it was going to be like a car racing music video. And I had this song, I don't remember what it was. It was just music, and it was like it's one of those amp you up type of songs that they play at the beginning of basketball games before the teams come out and then suck when they play. But it was the amp you up song, and in my mind, I could picture the whole thing with like the close-ups, the gas pedal, the keys, the ignition, the tires, turning the road, all the shots. I never filmed any of it. Mostly because I only had access to a 1976 Ford Country Squire station wagon, and it was brown, and it was everything else you'd expect a 1976 Ford Country Squire station wagon to look like, and it just didn't fit the mental image I had of the racing. But does RA have an "I'm a Big Deal" shirt? I do. Somebody sent me a Big Deal shirt. It's green, if you can guess. Mrs. R.A. said, I asked the kids, is Dad rapping? Yes, he is. They can't hear the music. The music is just in my headphones, so they just hear me talking or rapping. And, sharp-dressed witness, maybe lead investigator. I'm a rapper deep down. I remember MC Hammer. I remember those days. My brother had parachute pants. I did not. I was jealous of his, but never wore them. You should hear Big Deal on a pair of House Pioneer speakers. Ooh. And now all I need is a pair of House Pioneer speakers. I have a pair of thrift shop Bose. Does that count? Got for the low price of free at a trade swap meet where everyone was trading stuff. Yeah, I've used those for many a year. Spicy maple bourbon pickles are no longer available. They are sometimes available on order from Walmart.com. Funny story. Right now, outside my front door, Mrs. R.A. doesn't know this, but there is a package of bacon-flavored peanut butter brittle, or bacon peanut butter brittle, which I accidentally put in the shopping cart on the Walmart app before she did our grocery shopping for the week, which included putting a lot of things in the cart and pressing the order button. And so now it mailed us this bacon peanut butter brittle, which I did not want, but it's my fault. MC Hammer is still around and is still making music. That's crazy. Let's see. Lance R75. Where's Lance? Hang on. Did you just see the witness take a selfie? I think it was facial recognition. Because he didn't do the... He would have chucked up the deuces if he was taking a selfie, I think. Yeah, I didn't even like it. No, I've got this peanut butter brittle I need to pawn off on somebody, though. You read on Facebook yesterday that y'all are moving. Where are y'all journeying on to next? If we knew that, Jordy, honestly, I have to tell you the truth, I probably wouldn't tell you. Next time we move, I'm going to be a little more careful about my address and where I live. I know that anywhere I go, I can be found, right? We are in a community of true crime experts, right, who can find anything. And so the idea that I'm going to be like completely under the radar, it's absurd, but I'm going to be a little more careful. I don't know. I don't know where we're going yet. I was, if you look over here on the computer on my right, I have Airbnbs pulled up for Pennsylvania, where there's a place called Yurt in Reynoldsville. Why am I looking at that? Well, the yurts happen to be for sale, and there are 4 of them. And I've happened to like the whole Airbnb thing we have going here. So you can buy like 4 yurts on the top of a mountain in Reynoldsville if you have like, I don't know, $1 million kicking around. I checked. I do not. Just for you guys who are curious, I don't have that. Let's see. I've got Zillow open here with all of the East Coast. Even I was looking at some properties up in Maine. As well as all the way down through North Carolina over by Charlotte and Asheville and everything. I also have LandWatch open on my computer. LandWatch is a great app, not a sponsor. I'm looking at a land in Swans Island, Maine up there with some waterfront property. That would be really cool. We'll never get. And then there's this another page of some property up in Idaho. It's too remote. Don't like it. I have no idea where we're going. No idea. Don't go north. Well, not until the smoke clears out. Just move to Tennessee. I looked at some properties in Tennessee. I want space and I want water. And I'd prefer if the water were clear. I mean, I've nothing against North Carolina here on the eastern North Carolina, but the Tar River. Tar is more transparent than the river we have. I'd like some clear water, something I can swim in and see the bottom. Is there fiber optic internet? Yes, or we're not going. Move the family to a yurt? You laugh, Red. But let me just say, a 30-foot Pacific yurt. I mean, it's a pretty luxury. You've got the dome skylight. Up top, you've got 2 levels, the floors, full plumbing, heating, AC, just have the kids' yurt, the guest yurt, the parents' yurt. We could have all. It would be great. I'm moving into your RV. It's a secret. For some reason, all I think of is Breaking Bad. I don't think I can live in an RV. Oh, man. Do you have a time frame on when you will move? Yeah, our goal is 2 years ago. That's when we're shooting for. So that gives you an idea of how it's going. I looked at some property up in Canada. Canada has beautiful, everything from Prince Edward Island, which would be wonderful if but I'm pretty sure we'd have to go to all the Anne of Green Gables sites over there. I've looked around a little bit. I look at Alaska. Mrs. R.A. does not. That's not going to happen. In tidy whities, I think that's a requirement for living in a camper, is to just wear tidy whities. Let's see. What does grandbaby say? Not a lot yet, but we'd like to be closer to her so we can hear her, maybe in person. That would be good. Yeah, anyway, I'm still very much in the searching for a place. Prince Edward Island is gorgeous. It is. There's a YouTube channel I watch periodically. There's a guy who was like a llama shearer guy. That's what he did. He'd travel around and shear llamas. And a girl who's a songwriter from Virginia. And they met one time at this, a llama farm in Florida. And they ended up getting together and getting married, and they just had a kid. They're up in Nova Scotia somewhere. And they live on the coast in the middle of nowhere, and they're building a homestead out of driftwood and dreams. And they have Starlink, and it's great. And they have a YouTube channel. I like watching them. But although the one thing that frustrates me about is it Scots? Something about Scots up there. The thing that frustrates me about them is that they never fish. They're right on the crystal clear bay, just gorgeous water, and they never fish. So maybe the water's too cold for fish. I'm not allowed to choose a place, but I can suggest places. I'm looking for them. Wish I could just give you our lake house. Is it that bad? You're just trying to get rid of it? Somebody take the lake house. I love water. I love water. Let's see. No water is too cold for fish. Houseboat. Houseboat's what I need. I think my wife's nervous about deep water. That's why we've never been on a cruise, or we'll never go on a cruise. So I'm pretty sure the houseboat's out as well. Don't want to come to Massachusetts. I just need more space. I don't know how much space there is in Massachusetts. Right now, I've got a big yard, and I like it. I've got 0.59, 0.49. I forget what it is. It's like half an acre. That's a big yard. Grateful for it. It's a blessing. You can't ride ATVs in it. It's just too small. I want to do that. I want the grandkids to be able to come over, and I'd be like the cool grandpa. It's like, hey, hop on the buggy. Let's go for a spin. No, on the houseboat, my father-in-law had one. It's just one thing after another, and then it sinks, and then it's nothing. Missouri has nice properties with good fishing, like Montauk. Hadn't thought about Missouri. Excuse me. Sorry, little slip of the tongue. I have looked at Oklahoma. I'd love to get some sort of setup with a little stream going through it in Oklahoma. Creek, whatever you call it. What do you call it down there? A river? A creek? Near a lake. Unfortunately, that land is all bought up It's a creek. You can move to Florida and then cover all the Florida man stories live. The only thing that worries me about Florida is the traffic getting out of there when there's something bad happening. You basically, your only chance is to go north, and everyone else is doing it. And if you didn't beat them to it, then no one is getting anywhere. And then you're that guy stuck in his car as the camera pans over you backwards as the threat looms behind you. Do you prefer ocean fish or freshwater? Polite one, I've always done freshwater. I love the idea of ocean fish. I just need to learn what the fish are and what the limits are and the rules and everything and how to identify them, which ones will have sharp teeth that will bite my finger off and which ones won't. With freshwater, it's pretty simple. You know that brown trout can really tear your hand up, but a rainbow trout won't. Catfish can poke you, but you can stick your arm down their mouth and wrench them out with your fist in their mouth. And then pretty much everything else, unless it's a tiger muskie or a pike or something, they're no threat. You just grab them by the lower lip, and they're fine. Humidity in Florida is trash.
Will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
We're back.
All right, you can lower your hand. If there's a square microphone up there that's silver, if you could put that somewhere on your lapel, it's for the court reporter to hear. All right, if you'll state your name for the record, please.
It is Jesse Arias Jr.
And could you spell your last name, please?
Arias.
All right, state you may proceed. And this is, I'm sorry, for the record, this is a hearing outside the presence of the jury to determine the admissibility of a statement that's alleged to have been made by the defendant. All right, no, you may proceed.
Yes. I went and obtained my police officer license at San Antonio College in the year of 2010. There, I went to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, where I've been employed for about 16 years. My current role as of right now is Sergeant in the Criminal Investigations Division, where I'm assigned to the Violent Crimes Unit.
Yeah, and how long have you been with the Bexar County Sheriff?
16 years.
And were you employed with Bexar County Sheriff's Office on February 23rd, 2023?
I was.
And on that day, did you conduct an interview with a suspect by the name of Moreno Vasquez?
I did.
Prior to obtaining a statement from suspect Moreno Vasquez, did you read him his rights in accordance with 3822 of the Texas Penal Code?
I did.
And did he acknowledge he understood his rights?
Yes.
And did he agree to speak with you about the offense?
Yes.
Now, when you conducted this interview, were you equipped with body-worn camera?
I was not wearing one, but the room was equipped with Axon cameras.
And was a recording generated of the interview that was conducted?
It was.
Okay, so I'm going to show you what has been marked as State Exhibit 217A. Can you tell me if you recognize it?
Yes.
And how do you recognize it?
My initials.
Okay, have you watched State Exhibit 217A?
Yes.
And when did you watch it last?
I watched it today.
Okay. And when you watched it, did you affix your initials on it?
I did.
When you watched it, did it appear to be a fair and accurate representation of the interview that was conducted with the defendant?
Yes.
Okay, and except to comply with the legal rules, has it been altered in any way?
No.
And so at this time, the state would offer Exhibit 217A and to bring defense for inspection.
All right, defense wants
Thank
to
you.
voir dire, maybe.
May I take the detective on voir dire, Judge?
Yep,
Yes.
sure does.
So, Detective Arias, what time today did you watch this video, State's Exhibit 217A?
So this exhibit, I watched it today in the morning. I can't tell you exact time, but it was this morning.
Approximately?
9:30.
Okay. And it accurately depicted what you saw in the event that occurred when you interviewed my client, Marco Moreno Vasquez, back 2.5 years ago?
Yes.
No objection.
Permission to publish.
Okay.
The video?
How's it not coming in?
Do you want to see the rights read?
Yes.
Okay, yes, permission to publish 217A.
Bless.
Thank you. And 217A, for purpose of the record, were the rights read in English or Spanish?
And in Spanish, and I do have a copy of the certified translation for.
All right, if I could see the certified transcript, which is State's Exhibit 217.
So this is a police in custody interview. Rights were read in his native language. It was recorded.
State's Exhibit number 217
And they're
is
finding
admitted for
admission?
purposes of this hearing.
Yes.
And State's Exhibit number 217A is is admitted for purposes of this hearing.
I've got to hear what grounds they're fighting this on.
Yes. Thank you. All right, thank you. All right, you may proceed.
Hope we can hear this.
That's recording, right? You ready? Yeah. Yep. One does. Well, my partner, he's Spanish. Habla español. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Mande? Marco K. ¿Hablas inglés? Nada? No. Ok. What's your name? I don't get. What? Me? No. I don't have familiar. No. Oh, enero del 27, sí. Oh, ok, exacto. 8-9. ¿Cómo? And your address? Where do you live? We live 74? Yeah. Phone number? Okay. Y nada más dime si entiendes. Unas palabras. Nada más dime si las entiendes. Yo puedo tener problemas quizás por necesidad. Pero tienes el derecho de permanecer en el teléfono. Here's not wash your hands on your dog. Of course not. I don't know. Sorry. Cualquier cosa que digas puede ser usada en contra de tuya en la corte. Tienes el derecho de hablar con un abogado y que esté presente cuando sea derogado. Si no tienes la disponibilidad económica para encontrar a un abogado, uno será asignado para que te represente antes de algún candidato. También puedes dejar a un lado tu derecho de permanecer en silencio, tu derecho de solicitar un abogado y poder contestar cualquier pregunta o hacer cualquier comentario que deseas. y ustedes contestan las preguntas, puedes parar y en el momento que deseas y reclamar tu derecho de solicitar un abogado, ¿entiendes? ¿Entiendes? Porque que son todos esos nuestros derechos. Ahora, ¿quieres hablar con nosotros? ¿Ve? ¿De qué? Ok, ¿podemos hablar? Pues sí. Ok, a ver.
Wait, so what kind of
Judge, did you want us to continue, placing?
Yes.
what kind of car do you drive?
¿Qué harías? ¿Qué harías?
Oh, I'm sorry, just one moment, please. What page are we on with regards to the transcript?
So it starts on page 5 and it ends on page 7.
All right. Well, you can stop there because I believe the only issue, counsel, you're stating about the reading of his rights. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge. From the video, it's hard to tell what my client responded to some of those questions, what his answers were. You look at the transcript, they have hum or hum. That's not answering the question. So my client never knowingly, voluntarily, or intelligently answered those questions. So it cannot be said that he understood and agreed to understanding his rights when they were read to him. Even though they were in Spanish, there was no answer from my client that declared that he understood. And because there was not, I think under 38, 3238, 3283, I can't remember.
Just one of the rules.
The state does not meet its burden. The police force did not meet their burden of reading him his Miranda rights, showing that he clearly understood and acquiesced to answer questions.
All right. And state your response. I do see in this transcript where questions are asked of him and he responds, mm-hmm.
Yes.
So your response.
So my response is read it on several portions regarding page 5, regarding the right to remain silent, the defendant does respond yes. And is not a denial, and the court can review the defendant's demeanor, but ultimately he does state to each right, and then when the detective in some, after all of the rights are read, asked, can we talk, the defendant says, well, yes. And so he was in knowing his rights, and he did voluntarily waive them and agreed to speak with the defendant.
See, Judge, that's my point. How can he knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily waive his rights if he doesn't understand them? And it's not clear from even the transcription, especially from the video, what his answer is. And so at the end where the state's arguing, he agreed to talk. Well, that's not the point. He has to agree to talk after he's read his rights and it's clear that he understands them knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and here we don't have that.
Okay. All right, could you play for the court the part of the video again where the rights are being read? And the court is asking that that video be played so that I can view
or hear.
And I'm using the answers as transcribed by the interpreter who transcribed State's Exhibit 217, and the court is reviewing the video as well with regards to pages 5 through 6.
What's your date of birth?
Why is the witness texting right now?
What one?
Tengo que leer esto. A ver, ok. Y nada más dime si entiendes. Una palabra, nada más Dime si las tienes, yo puede tener sí, problemas, esa promiscuidad. Pero tienes el derecho de
Gracias.
No, sorry.
Cualquier cosa que digas puede y será usada en contra de tuya en la corte. ¿Entiendes? Sí. Tienes el derecho de hablar con el abogado y que esté presente cuando seas interrogado. ¿Entiendes? Si no tienes.
Judge, and I'm just gonna rewind that, because if the court, I know they're trying to go along, but you can see that in this exhibit, he is nodding his head along, while the detective is informing him of his right.
All right, and for that, what is the timestamp?
Cualquier
The
cosa
witness is
que
trying to
digas
coach.
puede y será usada en contra de tuya en la corte. ¿Entiendes? Sí. Tienes el derecho de hablar con un abogado y que esté presente contigo cuando seas interrogado. ¿Entiendes?
That was 246, 50.
Si no tienes la disponibilidad económica para encontrar a un abogado, uno será asignado para que te represente antes de algún intercambio. ¿Entiendes?
This guy's not a
También
native
puedes
Spanish
dejar
speaker.
a un lado tu derecho de permanecer en silencio y tu derecho de solicitar un abogado y poder proceder a contestar cualquier pregunta o hacer cualquier comentario que desees.
Judge, if we can stop it right there.
Yes.
So there's two parts. If you look at the transcript, the part where,
And I'm sorry, for the purposes of the record, where are you stopping the video? What's the timestamp?
3 minutes and 23 seconds.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
okay, so before that, where, is it Detective Arias?
At the time, I was a detective, a sergeant now, but Jesse, I mean,
All right,
anything.
where Sergeant Arias, back then detective, is reading him, he reads him the rights and says you have the right to speak with an attorney and have him or her present with you when you're questioned. Do you understand? There's not a response to that. Then he reads the second part. If you do not have the financial availability to find an attorney, one will be blank will be assigned to you to represent you before any interrogation. And then we go and there's an answer. So there's no answer to the question about you have the right to speak with an attorney and have him or her present with you when you are questioned. You understand. In the transcription, there is no response. In the video, I don't believe there's a response either. And so that's one of my points, that the state, through the arm of the police force, failed to read him each and every question and have him respond to each and every question with a yes or no to show that it was knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waived.
All right, state response.
Judge, so, like I said earlier, the detective audience at the time does read the rights. The defendant is following along on the piece of paper that we see. At one point, the defendant even clarifies the word interrogation. Okay, so that shows that he has knowledge of what is being read to him, that he understands. And ultimately, at the end, he acquiesces. He says, the detective asked him, yes, can we talk? And he says, yes. At no point in this interview does he ever unequivocally invoke his right to remain silent. At no point does he say that he doesn't want to talk. He provides voluntary statements through the duration of his interview.
Judge, that's not the burden. Burden's on them, not on my client.
Okay. All right. In reading, are there any other arguments?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, as we need to continue and finish this, but where he says, clearly he says yes to certain questions, and then is not yes or no, Judge. So I'd argue, in addition to him not answering one of the questions in the Miranda rights, the state has failed to meet their burden.
All right. With regards to the defendant being Mirandized, the court is going to deny the defense's motion to suppress. Any other arguments with regards to, I know you said, counsel, that your issue was whether or not his rights were read and he understood his rights. Is there any other argument outside of that? Because the court has made its ruling on that first argument you have.
Right. No, Judge, I mean, it all encompasses. One, he never answered one of his understanding one of the rights, which kills the whole thing. And then secondly, the in addition to that, shows that he never responded with a yes or no. And the state wants to go along with him nodding and stuff and then saying that he will talk. But the burden is on them to prove that he understood all of this. And I think it's clear from the video and the transcription he did not.
All right. Thank you. The court has made its ruling. All right. So the record
more
is
of an
clear.
issue the witness is texting.
The court is finding that the defendant voluntarily and knowingly
intelligently.
Yes, thank you. Knowingly and intelligently understood his rights, waived his rights, and gave a statement. The court is finding that the transcription of the defendant's interview that was in State's Exhibit 217A, that was a video interview. The court is finding that the transcription, which is State's Exhibit 217, was given to the defense timely, and the court is finding that based upon State's Exhibit number 27, State's Exhibit 217, on the face of the document, it has been transcribed by Master Licensed Spanish Interpreter, Cesar Chavez, license number 20.
Cesar Chavez himself translated it.
Is there anything else before we bring the jurors in? All right, let's bring the jurors in.
Judge, I'd just like to note a running objection to all of the disclosure to the jury regarding either the video or the transcription of my client's statements based on my motion to suppress.
All right. So, counsel, my understanding is that you all have provided the court with a redacted version, which is State's Exhibit 217. Counsel, of course, you're not waiving your objections to the voluntariness of your client's statement or the fact that he knowingly waived his rights. But with regards to 217, are you in agreement that the redactions are the appropriate redactions, or is there something else that you're saying should be redacted?
No, Judge, the prosecutor and I talked about this beforehand. She told me what she redacted. I have no reason not to trust her. I trust her. Okay. And so, subject to my objections that are noted, no problems with that.
All right, thank you.
Just logistically, I did make copies for the jurors, but I don't know if the court would just prefer them to follow along on the video and then take the transcript back with them when they deliver it. Or
it would probably be best if they follow along on the screen because
Judge mutes. Still mute. This must be a pretty bad thing. They're fighting really hard to keep this out. Yeah, Purple Coconut. It must be a terrible statement that he made after being Mirandized on camera. Here's what I don't get. Both guns belong to the defendant. Okay, the last guy, the worker who was working for free just for rent, room and board, and maybe a warm meal once a day, he didn't have his own gun. He was given the gun by the defendant. If I am giving guns for somebody to back me up, I would keep the good one for myself, right? So would I use the 6-shooter, the old wheel gun, the cowboy gun, or would I grab the Glock with 22 rounds in it? I'd probably grab the Glock with 22 rounds in it. It just stands to reason. And now he's saying that he had the wheel gun and the the snitch, the defendant, who's co-shooter, had the Glock and did all the shooting. Doesn't hold up for me. I think the boss man gets the better equipment. Plus the motive. There's no motive. He's in the country a month. In that month, when he comes in with nothing and he's hanging out at Home Depot trying to get picked up to get odd jobs for construction workers and hope he gets paid, off the books. In that time, you think he loaned money to somebody and they failed to pay back, and now he's mad enough he's going to go and confront him? It doesn't. I'm thinking this looks like guilty, guilty, guilty for the defense. I realize the guy that was talking, it was technically caught in like 5-6 lies or something. Having not understood not having the benefit of the Spanish translation and hearing how convoluted the questions were in English, I think he was sort of trapped into those conflicts. When the questions were direct, he was very, very consistent all the way through. Allegedly. I need to just periodically just say allegedly, right? That being said, defense should have been paying attention and watched the defendant texting and miming on the rewind and the finger pointing and everything, the communication back and forth with. He's sworn in. He's a witness. He's sworn in on the stand. He shouldn't be talking with just one side or the other. That's more of an issue for me. Yeah, lost in translation is the name of the game. It's 5:08 here. 5:08. Not sure how late they're going to go again tonight. It's looking more and more like we might be back on Monday. And that verdict music that I was almost 100% sure was going to happen might not today. Cynthia, thanks for the roses. The flowers are beautiful. My son comes back from Texas tomorrow. And then he goes to a summer camp for a week the next week after. Last week he was gone for the week as well. This is the month, and it's just him. All his summer things fell like week after week, bam, 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 one after another. So we see him for a day or two, and then he's gone for a week. See him for a day or two, and he's gone for a week. You have to go pick him up in Raleigh, so we'll be in Raleigh tomorrow for the bad weather. It's going to be fun. Hopefully no tornadoes. Planning to watch Lindsay Clancy next week. The way you asked the question, I might have to give an answer that might not be the answer that you actually want. Are we going to watch it? And the answer is no. But the way I watch court, I often have Like I had the court out of Georgia up on my screen today. It ended in mistrial, by the way. So that was I think it was a shaken baby case. But I had that up. So I may be watching what happens just so I'm aware what's happening in other crimes, other settings around the country. I just like to keep aware of those things. I usually watch 3 or 4 things at once. But we will not. We don't do well with kid victim cases.
All right, everyone, please be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have another interpreter who switched out. She's previously been placed under oath. She's still under oath. And state, call your witness.
The state calls Sergeant Arias.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Judge.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so that everyone can hear.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Child victims is why we're not doing that.
As of now, I am employed with the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. I'm a sergeant in the Criminal Investigations Division assigned to the Violent Crimes Unit.
And duties as a sergeant with the Violent Crimes Unit at the Sheriff's Office.
So my duties are to supervise the investigators assigned on that day, specifically the Violent Crimes Unit. At any given day, though, I do supervise any other unit if their supervisor is not there.
Are you certified peace officer?
I am.
And how long have you been with the Bexar County Sheriff's Office?
I have been employed with the Sheriff's Office for 16 years.
Can you explain to the jury the training you underwent to become a member of the Sheriff's Office?
So I started with San Antonio College Law Enforcement Academy, where I obtained my peace officer license. Then after, I went ahead and transferred to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, where we went ahead and went through an academy there. And it was several hours long.
Now, in your career with the Sheriff's Office, have your whole time been spent in the Violent Crimes Unit, or have you done time in other?
I have done time in other units.
Can you kind of
Done
walk
time?
the jury through your assignment?
Assigned as an investigator, I went ahead, I was assigned to the Violent Crimes Unit, where I then transferred to the Homicide Unit. I spent about three and a half years in the Homicide Unit. Then I promoted to sergeant.
Now, on February 23rd of 2023, were you employed with the Sheriff's Office?
I was.
And what was your rank on that day?
Investigator.
And what unit were you with on that day?
Homicide.
Did you become involved in a case involving an individual by the name of Moreno Vasquez?
Yes.
Can you tell the jury how you became involved in that case?
I assisted 2 other investigators by the name of Mark Waits and Ruben Revelos, and they needed help in translating some of their interview.
Now, do you see the individual Marco Moreno Vasquez in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you please point to him and identify him by an article for you?
He's going to be sitting at that table wearing a blue shirt, long sleeve.
Now, on February 23rd of 2023, did you obtain a statement from the defendant?
I did.
And prior to taking that statement, did you read him his rights in compliance with 3822 of the Texas Penal Code?
Yes.
And did he acknowledge that he understood his rights?
Yes.
Did he agree to speak with you on that day?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to show you what has been marked as Exhibit 217. And just so the jury is aware, do you speak Spanish?
I do.
Okay, and so in your involvement in this case in assisting conducting those interviews, did you act as a translator between the Detective Waits and Detective Arevalos and the defendant?
I did.
And so have you had an opportunity to review State's Exhibit 217 prior to taking the stand today?
Yes.
Okay, and does that appear to be a certified translation of the interview that you conducted?
Yes.
Okay, and so at this time, the state offers State's Exhibit 217 in compliance with prior notice with the court on December
Judge, no objection other than the previous objections that were heard.
All right, State's Exhibit 217 will be admitted.
At the time that you conducted the interview with the defendant, I'm going to show you State's Exhibits 218 through 225 inclusive. Can you take a look at those for me? Do you recognize what is depicted in State's Exhibits 218 through 225?
Yes.
And do they appear to be a fair and accurate depiction of the defendant as you observed him at the time that you took the interview?
Yes.
At this time, the state offers Exhibits 218 through 225 inclusive and tendering the same to defense for inspection.
May we approach, Judge?
Yes.
Here we go. Another sidebar. We can't skip this one. Let's watch the witness, see if he's going to be texting people during this. What does he have now? Earbuds? Those is AirPods? Yeah, his Spanish I don't think is fluent. It's one of those I can order if I have to at a restaurant type Spanish levels. Why is he glaring at us like this? Why is he staring at us? Staring deep into the camera eyes. Waves his fingers. This is not the witness you're wanting to object to. There it is. He's looking to our soul. Whoa. Hey, I think he can see us. I think he can see us. I might have nightmares about that tonight. Let's see if he blows us a kiss. Then we know for sure. Who are you texting, bud? He's a middle finger texter. Who are you texting while you're on the stand? You know better. It's like, hey guys, I'm on the stand. Watch now. I'm on YouTube. It must be it. He must be texting somebody. He's making faces. His kids at home. It's like, hey guys, Dad's gonna be on TV. Yeah, it's more than just your kids on the other end of this. It's the third text, distinguishable text that he's sent. It reads a reply. The bizarre thing is that everyone's right there next to him. He waves. Hi, kids. I'm waving to you. Hi, I'm just stretching. Nothing. Oh, there's nothing. Hey, not doing anything strange. Hi, yep, bye. Love you. Love you. This is... I do think it's for kids or family. I'm not sure if he knows that there are a lot more people watching than that. Text again. Yeah. If he tugs on his ear, he touched the nose. Let's see if he'll do the ear rub. Detective, if you can hear us, if you can see our chat, you just tug on your ear. That's all we need. Judge looking. Nope. Can you get away with it? Tug on your ear. The stretch was cute. Yeah, that was a wave to his kids if I've ever seen one, or maybe a significant other. Could have been a playful exchange with a significant other. Scratch your head. Cross your eyes, maybe. Can you cross your eyes? No, that's just looking to the side. You have to look to the side with one eye and then look to the other side with the other eye. That's, yeah, it's still, they're both going the same direction. Let's try something easier. Yeah, and eyebrows. We could do the can you wiggle your eyebrows? Yeah, that works. A little. If he tugs on his ear, I'll pee myself, says Linda Lou. Oh.
You can publish
Granted.
He's waving again. He's...
Detective Arias, or Sergeant Arias, can you see that up there?
I can.
And I'm displaying what is State Exhibits 219. Does that appear to be a fair and accurate depiction of the defendant as you observed him at the time that you took statement?
Yes.
And again, in Exhibit 218, did that appear to be the defendant in this case, Moreno Vasquez?
Yes.
And regarding State Exhibit 23, does that appear to be a tattoo on the left arm of the defendant that says Chanel?
Yes.
Now, Detective, I'm going to ask you to come take a speech next to me. And if it was time, Judge, I would ask for permission to publish State Exhibit 217.
All right. And defense, your previous objections are noted.
By.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. And you are allowed to publish 217.
Yeah, that's funny. He's the lead detective, so they talk to him all the time, but normally up on the stand, he shouldn't be texting. I think he knows that.
So on page 1 of this certified transcription of the interview that you conducted, you see there's B1, B2, and B3. Have you been able to determine which voice you are in State Exhibit 217?
Yes.
And which one would that be?
I believe I was B3.
Okay. And B2, which voice is that?
That's going to be the defendant.
Now, starting on page 2, on line 5, who is B1, do you know?
Look at the transcription. I believe that's Detective Waits.
Okay. And so what is, Detective Waits asked the defendant, what is his name? What was the defendant's response?
Mark.
And what was the last name that was provided on line 10 of page 2?
Moreno.
And on line 1 of page 3, the question was asked, what is your date of birth? And
the response was given. Judge is muting that for us. Thank you, Judge Boyd.
now the question was also posed, what was the defendant's address, and what was the response that was provided by the defendant on line 17 of page 3?
And he gives his address response. 123 Sesame Street. Very good. Okay.
And a question was posed to the defendant regarding his phone number, and what was the response that was provided? On line 22 of page 3, the defendant is asked what his phone number is, and then what is the response that is provided on line 24 of page 3 by the defendant?
I don't have a phone.
No phone, who dis?
Okay. And then so at this point, did you read the defendant his right in accordance with 3822 of the Texas Penal Code?
Yes.
And can you read that for the jury starting line 4?
Well, in a bit, we can talk more, but I have to read this to you. Is that okay?
And what was the defendant's response on line 5?
Oh, okay.
And what was your response on line 6?
Okay, and just tell me if you understand, okay? The words, just tell me if you understand that I'm going to have
And then line 7?
On line 7, V2 says problems.
And V2 is the defendant, is that correct?
Yes.
And then what is the response on line 8 of page 5?
Yes, problems with that pronunciation. Translator mode by compass. Here he means to say pronunciation.
Okay, and then here, what is that?
So you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
And what is the response by the defendant?
Yes.
And then on line 12, what did you read to the defendant?
Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. You understand?
And then on page 6, what was the defendant's response on line 1?
Yes.
And on line 2, what did you continue reading to the defendant?
You have the right to speak with an attorney and have him or her present with you when you are questioned. You understand? If you do not have a financial ability to find an attorney, one will go will be assigned to you to represent you before any interrogation.
And what was the defendant's response to that?
Interrogation.
And what was your response on line 4, page 6?
Yes. Do you understand?
And what was the defendant's response on line 5?
Mm-hmm.
And then how do you continue in line 6 of page 6?
Also, you may also set aside your right to remain silent and your right to request an attorney, and may proceed to answer any questions or make any comments you wish. If you want to answer the questions, you can stop, and at any time you want, and claim your right to request a lawyer. You understand?
And what was the defendant's response in line 7 of page 6?
Mm-hmm.
And in line 8, what was your response?
Do you understand what I just said to you?
And what was the defendant's response on line 9, page 6?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you respond to him on line 10 of page 6?
Okay, so those are all your rights. Now, do you want to talk to us? Yes.
And on line 11 of page 6, what was the defendant's response?
Well, about what? Because I don't
Okay, and then on page 7, on V1, what was your response?
Okay, can we talk?
And what was his response on line 2?
Well, yes.
And so on line 4 of page 7, you ask him, what kind of car does he drive? Oh. On line 4 of page 7, it appears that Detective Waits asked you to ask the defendant what kind of car does the defendant drive. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And did you ask him on line 7? Did you ask him what kind of car does he have? Does he have a truck or does he have a pickup truck?
Yes.
Okay. And then in line 8 of page 7, what was the defendant's response?
I don't have anything myself.
And so what was your response on line 9?
So how, if you go home, how do you go?
And what was the defendant's response in line 10?
Oh, with my lady.
And what was your response in line 11?
With your lady?
And what was the defendant's response?
Mm-hmm.
And what was your response to that?
Your lady.
And then it appears on line 14, Detective Waite tells you to ask, what does she drive? Is that correct?
Yes.
And did you ask the defendant that in line 15 of page 7?
Yes.
And what was the defendant's response in line 16 of page 7?
A white Ram truck.
And it appears on line 18 that Detective Waite asked you to ask the defendant what was the name of the defendant's lady. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what was the defendant's response when you asked him that on line 20 of page 7?
Ramona Martinez.
Okay. So then on page 8, line 9, what did you ask the defendant?
Okay, so your lady is Ramona. Ramona, what? Martinez?
And on line 10, what was the defendant's response?
Mm-hmm.
And then you follow up on line 11 by asking them what?
Okay, is she your wife, or is she just?
And what was the defendant's response?
No, she's my wife.
And jumping down to line 18, it appears that Detective Waite asked the defendant if he had any kids, and what was the defendant's response?
3.
And Detective Waite in line 20 of page 8 states 3 question mark. They live with you question mark, and what was the defendant's response?
Yes.
And on line 22, Detective Waite asked if that would be on Kimberly, and on line 1 of page 9, what was the defendant?
Yes.
Line 2 of page 9, Detective Waite asked, they live there, how old are they? And then what was the response provided by the defendant on line 5 of page 9?
13, 12, and 4.
And he brought him with for the shooting.
Skip to page 11. And so then you continue to ask about the white truck. So picking up on page 5, or line 5 of page 11, excuse me, you said your wife heard what? A white truck? And what was the defendant's response? And then in line 9 of page 11, you ask the truck that is in the house, whose is that? And what was the defendant's response in line 10 of page 11?
I don't know.
And then what was Detective Waite's response on line 11 of page 11?
You don't know whose it is?
And what was the defendant's response?
No.
And on line 13 of page 11, it appears that you asked the question, what did you ask?
You know what color it is? You know what color is it? What is it?
And Detective Waite's the light color, tan, or gold humor. And then you asked about the Tahoe. And what was Detective Waite's response?
No. Well, that was yes.
Great. And then on line 17 of page 11, what did you say?
Okay, so this is a pickup truck. A Tahoe. Do you know what a Tahoe is?
And what was the defendant? And then picking up on page 12, line 1, were you asking the defendant if he knows, we'll skip to line 3. Did you ask the defendant if he knows the Chevy brand?
Yes.
And then what was the defendant's response?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, and so picking up on line 7 of page 12, what did you ask the defendant?
There is a truck there in your outside your house. Whose is that?
And what was the defendant's response in line 8?
I don't know. That's what I'm telling you. If I knew, I would tell you.
What was your response in line 9?
When did that truck get there?
And on 10 of page 12, what is said here by the defendant?
I don't know. It's just that they are a pal. The pal had many friends, and he just took the ones from under us.
And then what was your response in line 11 of page 12?
But when is the first time that truck arrived there?
And what was the defendant's response?
Oh, I don't know.
On line 13, the question that you posed is, or when did you see it there for the first time? and then it appears that you do the translation. He says on the other truck, his friend of him, he has a lot of friends from Honduras. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then it appears that the photos that we've seen were taken. Is that correct? In line 1 through 8.
Yes.
So then on page 14, line 12, I'll go ahead and read what you said. You said, so he said that the truck, he doesn't know whose it is. His friend has friends from Honduras. They come and go. And then Detective Waite says, who is his friend? And then how did you translate that to the defendant in line 14 of page 12?
And your cow, who is it?
And what was the defendant's response on line 15 of page 14?
No, well, I've only known him for a little while, but he has quite a few friends.
And then your response was the other one that is here. Were you referring to Ayden?
Yes.
Okay. Was he in the substation or headquarters at the same time that the defendant was?
He was.
And page 15 on line V3, you posed a question, and what's his name? What was the defendant's response?
Who?
And question by you is your friend. What was the defendant's response?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is there an easier way to do this back and forth?
You appear to say I or and then what was the defendant's response to that?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't know what his name is. Seriously.
And you questioned him saying no. And what was the defendant's response?
No, because he never showed me an identification.
And then Detective Waite states he doesn't know his friend's name, and your response is no. And then you ask the defendant, Marco, what do you call him? Like, and then what was the response that was provided then on line 13 of page 15?
Adis.
And then you say what? What was the defendant's response?
Adis.
And then you clarify saying Adis question mark. And then Detective Waite's questions Adis. Then on page 16, line 1, you ask, does he live there with you? What was the defendant's response to that?
No, he lived somewhere else in San Antonio.
You asked, does he live in San Antonio? Do you know where in San Antonio? What was the defendant's response?
No.
And then you questioned no, and what was the defendant's response?
No, he was just going. He was going to help me. Or that's it.
On line 8 of page 16, you say, didn't you tell the officers that he rents a room there with you in the house? What was the defendant's response to that?
No. Sometimes he would go and stay, but never. He would stay in San Antonio with his uncle, or I don't know with whom.
And on line 10, you say, so sometimes he did stay there. What was the defendant's response?
Yes, since he helped me with work sometimes.
Then I'm going to jump down to line 14, and you ask the question, how many days was he there this week? What was the defendant's response?
Just today.
Then you ask just today question mark, and what was the defendant's response?
Yes.
And you ask, okay, so he didn't stay last night. What was the defendant's response?
No.
And then you ask, or during the week, and what was the defendant's response?
No, neither.
You asked if he stayed there this month, and what was the defendant's response?
Neither.
And then, line 11 of page 17, what did the defendant tell you?
It's just that we were going to go to work, and he brought me a drill to go to work. That's all.
And then in line 13 of page 17, you asked the defendant, so Adis, does he use the truck? And what was the defendant's response?
No, as far as I know, no.
And then you clarified, well, the pickup truck. What was the defendant's response?
Not that I know of.
And then in line 18,
We haven't got to the smoking gun yet.
backing up, in line 17, you say no, okay. What was the defendant's response to that?
His uncle would take him, I think.
So then on line 1 of page 18, Detective Waite states, no, the Chevy, the SUV, who drives that? And what was the defendant's response to that?
I don't know. The truck was just there. I don't know.
Then you relate to Detective Waite. He says he doesn't know, the truck's is just there. Detective Waite asks the question, okay, does Ramona drive it? And what was the defendant's response?
No.
And you clarify, Ramona doesn't use it. What was the defendant's response?
No. She has her truck in her name. The Dodge.
And then you say, okay, and the defendant states that's correct. Is that correct?
Yes.
Then in line 10, you ask, do you have keys for that Tahoe? And what was the defendant's response in line 11?
I couldn't tell you. No.
And then you ask, the Tahoe, it's a Tahoe, right? Are you asking that to Detective Waite? Clarifying about the vehicle.
Yes.
Okay. And then in line 17 of page 18, what does the defendant state?
She had her truck, that's all.
We just share it. She
And
has the
then
keys.
on line 19 of page 18, you state, did you get into the truck, sit in it, touch it, ever, question mark? And what was the defendant's response on line 1 of page 19?
No. Well, we were out there, but I was never looking there or anything.
And then you asked, okay, but you never touched it. What was the defendant's response?
No, as far as I know, I was never there snooping on anything.
And then on line 9 of page 19, what did the defendant act?
Or unless that the children there or something, they have no reason to do.
And then so you asked the clarifying question, you never went in, and what was the defendant's response?
No, not me. It's not my business to be looking at things that I don't.
And you didn't ask whose it was. What was the defendant's response?
No.
And you questioned no. And then on page 20, line 1, what was the defendant's response?
No, because why would I want to? Not me. It's not my business, right?
And then you clarified here on line 3 of page 20. And you know what Chevy we're talking about, right? What was the defendant's response?
Well, they say that the one that is at the house, I don't know what's going on.
Then on line 7 of page 20, you asked, aren't there other trucks or pickups there? And what was the defendant's response?
No, those are the neighbors.
and then you ask the defendant, doesn't anyone else live there in the house? Just you, your wife, the children, and this Audis, fact that stayed there today, right? And what if the defendant stayed?
Mm-hmm.
Bless you. What's the defense guy doing? Putting in his contacts, adding Visine to his eyes, those little eye drops or something.
Okay. Now, during the duration of this interview, did you and Detective Waits show the defendant photos that were collected during the course of the investigation?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you recall? What type of photos you all showed the defendant?
I believe we showed him some still shots of some surveillance video or security video.
And was that the surveillance or security video that was seized from the location of the murder?
Yes.
And did those photos include photos of the defendant and Audis there on the murder location?
Yes.
When you asked the defendant, well, on the published page 22, starting on line 20, or we'll back up to line 17. Okay, and we'll back up to line 12. You state, okay, now I'm going to show you other photos, okay? What is the defendant's response?
Uh-huh.
And you reply, and just tell the truth. And then you relate to Detective Waits. I'm telling him I'm going to show other photos that you're just going to say the truth. And then Detective Waits says, mm-hmm. And then you say, okay. But Detective Waits asks, who is that? And what was the defendant's response?
No, well, I don't know.
Yes.
Please. Judge, this isn't working very well. Can we just start over from the beginning with the interpreter? And we'll just give it a go that way. I reach for the remote to fast forward. I think they might be done for the day. What time does Judge Boyd normally wrap up? It's normally, I mean, she's normally not there too long, right? I think they work. She can go late, but I don't think she's going to, because she started really early.
To have you all back here on Monday, and we'll start on Monday at 1:30. Does everyone understand? All right. All right, you can close the record. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is
the end. This is the moment we all go home. I don't know what she's about to say, but we're done. I called it. After torturing us with just terrible reading of translation back and forth, they said, we're done. We're done. You're done. Let's see if she has any little quips or movie info, book recommendations, or anything here at the end before we just go to fade to black. See what happens. It's just going to fade to black, I think. Josh Ritter has an interesting stream tonight at 7 if we can portal something involving Koberger. Hey, we like Josh and his team. We'd love to portal over there, but we have rules. Please listen carefully as we have rules. You have to like the stream. Courtroom Confidential. And by that I mean this one and that one. Courtroom Confidential. Where are you at? There's a premiere coming up. Is that the one? Let's take a look at this. Scheduled for the 17th at 7 p.m. Yes. Inside investigation reporters search for something. Okay. We'll portal to Josh. I just want to see if the judge has any final words for us. So I've got a fun weekend. I've got a little bit of painting. I've got to run to the store and buy some ceiling paint because I've done all the roof repairs inside. I just need to paint it now, and this will be the second time I've done this. But the first time didn't take, so the second time repairs are done. And daughter helps me. She's extremely helpful. Maybe she'll get to paint this one. She's watched enough. We'll just put her to work, and I'll watch her work. Maybe that might happen. Anyway, we've got that. We have my son's coming back from Texas, and he had a blast. He's not going to want to come home. He's like, "Why is it so boring here? In Texas, everything was fun." Of course, he just played with his cousins the whole week. And let's see. Still looking at the Alamo. And we're done. Judge does not come back. I miss FNF with Rob. It'll be back at some point. You know he is. New stream idea, watch us paint. I was going to do the post-stream idea, watch paint dry. It's probably not as exciting as watch us paint, but it would be fun. It would be fun, too. Where was he in Texas? In the Austin area. Well, at least he flew into Austin. And then we're like, oh, you must be tired. You must be resting at the house. Nope, he's at Topgolf. He's at Topgolf hitting balls down range. Recap, please. Defendant is accused of shooting someone who owed him money at this house. They showed up and got in an argument and shot. The defendant brought his sort of live-in employee who was not getting paid. He was just getting like free rent or free housing as long as he kept working, and some food, and gave him a gun as well. And there's conflicting testimony as to who shot the kill shot and who shot the shots in the air just to be a supporting shooter. But the other guy, the guy who's not on trial here, has already taken a plea deal. He's going to face 5 to 35 years, depending on how things go. And this guy could face substantially more if the jury holds him accountable for this. But all right, didn't he just leave yesterday? He left, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. He's just been gone for the week down there. And it's cool because it's the first time ever flying all by himself. So we're hoping the flight back, even though there was some turbulence down, we're hoping the flight back is pretty smooth, especially because he's flying in with a whole bunch of weather systems. So it might be really bumpy on the landing here in Raleigh. But he'll be a seasoned traveler at that point. Not like a unaccompanied minor, but like a, what do they call that? Young traveler. I think young traveler is the word they have for it. Anyway, so I've got some work to do. We're going to be in Raleigh tomorrow, on and off. Depends on when we leave during the day, and then back. And then we'll be back. I'm not sure if we're going to get to see all this one all the way through. It depends on what other court cases are available to us and actually go through and start and things like that. So we might not get a verdict in this one. We might have to sort of catch up in the breaks to see what happens. But either way, I'll play the music. You get this music, not the other. But you got Big Dill. So that was good. Have a fabulous weekend. If you have smoke outside your house, I've looked at the map. Basically, if you were to take like the top third of the United States, like start in the middle and slice down to the middle top to middle side, everything in the top right-hand corner is covered in smoke. Unfortunately, the best advice out there is hold your breath, wait for a day or two, it's going to get better. But obviously, that's also the worst advice. So I don't know what to tell you other than that. We got you guys all in mind. Obviously, Canada as well. They're the ones that are burning. So keep them in mind as well. And I think that's it. Red Pen, thanks for being a fantastic mod. Again, the newest mod. Welcome, Red Pen. No, just kidding. There was an error. She lost her badge briefly. I'm so sorry, Red. Welcome. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful. Tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again. Monday morning, we will be back. We'll be back. We'll find something fun for you to watch. Preferably something a little more exciting than this trial, but we might finish this one out if it's going to finish on Monday. We'll see. All right, there we go. That's all. That's all I have. Oh, and thanks for the likes. 285 likes. That's not bad because we have 281 viewers. So the like count finally exceeds the viewer count. We're going to portal over to Josh's channel, Courtroom Confidential, right now. You guys have a great one. Like when you land there, and make sure you get notified when he goes live. You guys have a good night. We'll see you. Bye-bye.